And that time
Mhm.
period, like when I was growing up, women didn't really play video games like that. So
Nope.
how did you grow into Mortal Kombat and then find the scene? How did you find the scene?
The way I found the scene was, like, through YouTube. Like, I would see tournaments and I would keep up with them, but I never understood, like, how they worked and whatnot.
Mhm.
And, I always saw Losty Girl on YouTube, and I was like, "Bro, like, she is so good at this game, like, I just wanna be like her, I wanna be good at this game, I wanna beat some butt and, like, be sweaty." So,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I remember, like, Losty and Infinity were definitely, like, the biggest inspirations for me because I rarely saw girls in tournaments. And seeing them being so good at the game just made me wanna make that my goal. So, I started, like, way back in MKX, like, with the streaming
Mhm.
and all that. I was pretty good. I think, like, I would've done so good if I started back in MKX, but, I had, like, a little situation where, I had, like, a really bad harasser,
Okay.
and that person kinda scared me off because the harassment was pretty bad,
Damn.
and I got spooked. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this, like, I don't wanna deal with people on their internet," like so I, like, held it off, like, for a bit, and
Mhm.
then I would still game, I was still playing it, playing the games, online and stuff, but I stopped streaming because I was really scared. And then during COVID, um, because of my job, like, I wasn't able to work because I work at a salon. So, I wasn't able to work for a while, and I already had the equipment to stream and whatnot, so I was like, "You know what? Imma give it a try," and this is when MK11, like, recently had just came out. So, I started streaming and had, like, a few, like, very small amount of viewers consistently, and randomly, like, I would get people, like, go in there and be like, "Oh, like, you're really good at this game, you should definitely try out for a tournament."
Yeah.
But for my previous experiences, um, I didn't want to because I was scared. So, I didn't wanna be, like, recognized or none of that because like, it was so scary to me,
Mm.
and I had, like, 2 very close friends of mine, which, one of them was Herbs and Grim. They basically pushed me to play in a it was an all women's tournament,
Oh, okay.
and that was my first tournament, and I think I got, like, 2nd or 3rd.
Was that online or was that like an offline tournament?
No, it was online. It
Online,
was
okay.
online. Yeah, and then I enjoyed it, and I kept, like, playing in a few women tournaments, and
Mhm.
then I think, like, with my 3rd tournament, I already, like, had a sponsor reaching out to me.
Okay, so I mean, you touched up on a couple of things that I wanted to dive deeper into,
Mhm.
but let's
Okay.
no, that was perfect. I mean,
Mhm.
when it came to you playing MKX, you're saying that was the Mortal Kombat where you actually started playing because of your inspirations from Infinity
Yes.
and who was the other gamer that you said?
Lost a girl.
Losty Girl. So
Mhm.
those were your inspirations to be like, okay, well, maybe I could be kicking some ass too. And then you're streaming MKX, and I'm assuming you're not really entering online tournaments at the time, right? You're just kind of playing ranked match, or how is that?
Yeah. I played ranked, and I actually was in a, clan for a bit. I was in NWO, and I was in, Kinetic
Uh huh.
for a bit.
I remember Kinetic. Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, we did a few, like, online battles and stuff like that, but, like, I never dived into tournaments or, anything deeper outside of that.
Okay. And then you're gaining some notoriety from the online scene. You're obviously streaming at this time, and you're building up your fan base. Now,
Mhm.
around this time, um, you said that you had uh, a harasser or a stalker, was it just one person, or were you finding that the more you were streaming, the more weirdos were popping up inside of your stream? Or was it like one specific person that really put that fear in you gaining more notoriety?
I would normally encounter a few weird people, but this person was like really bad. Like it was like full harassment, like, and it sucks because it started as a friend, and I met this person when I actually got recruited for kinetic. So I met this person that was in that clan,
Okay.
and we became friends, and like he would teach me how to play the like he taught me a lot of like things that I need to get better at with Melina and stuff. Um, but yeah, it became like I started seeing like a lot of red flags, and like I ignored it a lot because I was like not aware of like how wild and crazy people can be in the internet.
Yeah.
Like I've always like been super like distant from the internet.
Yeah.
So that was like my first like big experience with the internet. So it was like very traumatic because this person was literally just like even calling my job and like
Oh, wow.
threatening me, and like it got really bad.
Okay, so this was the next topic that I wanted to get into,
Hmm.
which was, experiences in the FGC, such as weird interactions. Personally, I've known Sherry for a long time. I know that she's had literal stalkers and very weird people contact her. So I wanted you to kind of get into the space for women in the scene. And do you have any steps slash ideas that could be taken by TOs or just the social media space and the conduct of most of the men that could help alleviate the stigmas and weird behaviors? Because, let's be honest, there's a lot of weird men in the community. And, even I've experienced a lot of weirdos as well. I just feel like for some reason the space is heavily dominated by men. It's a male heavy
Hmm.
dominated space. So any woman that enters the scene, a lot of these men who don't interact with women on a normal natural basis, who don't even know how to flirt with women or anything like that, they see somebody that they're attracted to or that they like, and then their caveman brain goes in and they don't really know how to
Hmm.
interact. So do you mind sharing some of those experiences that you had, if it's not too traumatic for you, from the person that we were talking about earlier, and then kind of go into the topic?
Okay. So yeah, like I said, this person, I met him online. We used to game a lot, and we became really good friends, and we would like game every day. And then I started seeing like red flags in terms of like back in the PlayStation 3, if you were like in a group chat, like if you're in a call and in a party,
Hmm.
you'd be able to see the people that were in there. So like every time I was like with my friends, which obviously were all guys, because I normally didn't know any like women in the scene like that back
Yeah,
then.
there wasn't many, to be honest. There
Yeah.
really wasn't.
Yeah, so like it was a lot of guys. I was always with the guys, and like he would throw in comments like, "Oh, I see you're hanging out with this person now." Like, well, it's whatever.
Mm.
I was like, I'll be like, "Okay, that's a little weird." And then like he would like kind of get upset with me. And it like happened a lot often. And like I needed to like assure him, like, like I have a boyfriend, Back then I was in a 9-year relationship. So
Wow.
I would like let him know that like, I'm taken, I'm in a relationship, and it was like it became like a bit weird, but then like I would ignore it because I'm the type of person that like I have this thing where like I always try to see like the best out of people.
Yeah, you give them benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, so like he was in my clan and he was cool. I enjoyed like hanging out with him. And he helped me a lot in a lot of situations, and sadly, right? I feel like this whole like harassment came from like me. Like I had a little issue with my internet, and he helped me out with it. And that's like when the ugly harassment started because this man was doing things that I didn't even know were possible. Like he was
Okay.
like hacking my social medias. He was like um it was like so traumatic. I can't even like explain how traumatic it was because I didn't even know that was possible off of you like help like trying to cuz I thought he wanted to help me, you know? So like I trusted him and he kind of like took advantage of the fact that I was like so unaware of all of the things that could come with this. Um so yeah, like he would DDoS me if I like streamed, like he would threaten me saying that oh like he had like personal stuff about me
Mm.
and if I were to like stream, he would like post them. He would harass my family members. He would call my mom. He would like find them on social media. He would message them. He would like it was like a complete shit show. Like this man would call my job. Like I remember one time I was just like at the salon and my boss comes to me. He's like, yo, like there's somebody on the phone asking for you. And it's this man.
Jesus.
I was like confused. I was like, a man? Because I normally have like women clients. So like he was like, yeah, this is a man. So like when I pick up, it was him, and like I swear to God, like the hairs of my hands and my body like were just it was insane. It was
Yeah.
like so scary. And that's when I decided to like step away because I was like, yeah, like I'm not trying to deal with this. And this person continued to harass me for years and years after that. And I even went to the police and like I wasn't able to do anything because I didn't have information of this person. And I was in Puerto Rico and this person was from the States.
Mm.
And like wasn't much I can do unless I would like travel to press charges on this person. So like I literally had to endure all that harassment for years. Like it was about like 3 to 4 years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, the
It
things
was
that you're listing, it's crazy. It's literally
mhm.
psychotic. I mean, you feel like someone's always watching you. It's a literal stalker, and it
Yeah.
sounds like he was obsessed with you.
Yeah,
Calling
that was
someone's
like
work. That's calling their family members, and then that's just insanity.
yeah. That was like basically what it was because like I couldn't like understand his reasonings or like why he would be like so obsessed. Like I can understand like you liking somebody
Yeah.
and like but like there's boundaries and this person like had no like he didn't care.
He didn't understand the concept of boundaries, and even though you tried to set him straight, saying like, "Hey, I got a boyfriend. Uh, this is not appropriate. Like, you're just a friend," and he was not okay with that. He decided to cross it multiple times.
Yeah, it was like really bad.
At what point did you tell him like, "This is too much. You need to stop contacting me"?
I always told him and he never he didn't care. Like the reason like when he stopped it was when I basically became very known in the scene and like I had a big people following me and
Mm,
big people like respecting me.
yeah.
That's when he decided to stop because I feel like he was afraid of the fact that like I had so many people on my back that they would definitely defend me or like do something or help me out with the situation.
Yeah. Okay. So after all of this happens, actually, if you don't mind me asking, like,
Mhm.
what is your boyfriend saying at that time period? Like, how is because he's seeing you distraught, he's seeing you go through this. Like, what's going on there? How did that affect your relationship?
It actually affected my relationship, like, so much because, um, he was, like, threatening me, like and this person, like, hacked my Snapchat and my Twitter, so, like, I knew he had hacked my Snapchat and my Twitter because I was getting, like, while he was doing it, I was getting like the notifications on my email that somebody was trying to like get in and
Yeah.
whatnot. So like
Yeah.
I know he hacked it because he even stayed with my Snapchat. I was never able to recover my Snapchat after
Mm.
he hacked it. Um so it became like it was so scary because um he would like threaten me so much. It was like he would basically force me to talk to him or like keep in touch with him because if not like he would um he would message my boyfriend's mother, he would message my mom, he would threaten about posting stuff on Instagram. He would message my cousins, like my close cousins, because I
Yeah.
have like two cousins that like would stay at my house. And he knew that, like he knew everything. Like it was so scary because he knew like so much about me off of me just trusting the wrong person. And it affected the relationship because he would see obviously he would see me like it took a toll on my mental health. Like I was like depressed. I was scared of losing my job because he would threaten to post stuff in on my job's Facebook. Um he would like yeah, it was like so stressful
Wow.
and obviously like my boyfriend felt so I mean my ex-boyfriend at the time like he felt so useless. Like he couldn't do anything and like he was trying to help me. He couldn't do anything and then like he was being harassed too because this person was calling him too like and like it became so scary. It became so scary and like I do think like that was like a big reason on why like my previous relationship ended because it caused so much trouble and things in it.
Yeah, that sounds like a traumatic experience for both of you and just
Mhm.
something that's very hard to heal from. Um, I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing that story. Maybe we can try to, you know, answer the next part of that question was, do you feel like there's things that could be done amongst the social media space, which is very, very toxic? And do you feel like things could be done by TOs as well? Because, you guys are definitely the minority in the scene. I would
Mhm.
say like it's what, 99% male? If I had to put a
Yes.
number on it, it would be like 99% male. So what have you thought of anything, or what could women do to feel safer, and what should men be doing as well to for you guys to feel safer?
I feel like the scene is so big and there's like so small amount of people willing to get involved in stuff like this.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people should definitely put a little more effort in trying to make women feel comfortable and safe because this is something that happens so often. Like it happens so often. Like even though I only spoke about one person,
Mhm.
it doesn't mean that it was just that person. Like I consistently get emails of people trying to lure me in for fake tournaments and podcasts and stuff like that in person, like and these emails look professionally done. Like if somebody was not like aware they would definitely fall for that, and, like, I feel like it just basically comes to people, like, sticking together because I feel like a lot of people ignore these stuff, like or they just don't wanna talk about it, or they don't wanna get involved, or so they ignore the situations, and on top of that, I've been seeing a lot of, um, women and cases that are being neglected. Like if a woman is telling you she's being harassed or this person did something to to her or whatever, like why are we still allowing these people to go to tournaments? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.